Hey everyone, are you interested in finding a way to change the world? My name is Owen Payton, and today I'm going to discuss a subject in Pecha Kucha format that I am inspired by. It is an idea, and as most ideas can become quite powerful, pay it forward is a concept and a movement that has changed the world. Some of you may be familiar with this title, and no, it did not start here, but I will get into that later. However, this movie is an excellent example of what this concept does to people and how any of us can follow the same process. If you have not seen the movie, I suggest you go to a local video store and get a copy of this wonderful film. So maybe you haven't seen the movie, and maybe you have never heard of Pay It Forward. That's okay, because I'm going to explain it to you in a way that you can share it with your friends and family. And hopefully you begin to see what an impact you can make in your lifetime. There's 3 simple steps that they are not simple to do. If this process was easy, then we would have accomplished this concept a long time ago. So the first step starts with you. You have to dedicate a part of who you are and how you live out your life in order to pay it forward to work. All you need is you to this process. Sometimes money may be useful, but it really relies on who you are as a person. You have to learn how to open yourself up to be available to help other people out, because that is the most important thing. So the second step is the biggest part. You must find someone that needs a lot of help. Not like helping a lady across the street. It has to be big. That means it makes a big difference in how they've been living. This can't be easy because it must take a lot of work to help the person out. You must sacrifice your time to help someone else that is having a hard time. The third step is that they must help someone else out in return. This is where pay it forward comes into play. If you help out one person, then they have to help out another person. Then it comes a continuous pattern. If someone helps you out in a big way and wants nothing in return, then you must help someone else out. This is especially good for those who believe in good karma. So, if you just do this for one person, it will take many lifetimes to make a difference. This will not do because by the time you've lived out your life, you may not see how you made a big difference. This means you must actually do the same process for 3 people, and those 3 people must follow that rule. By doing this, you will make a difference much faster and much more efficiently. One thing that may happen as you go through these steps is that you will feel the need to give up. You may feel like all your hard work will go unnoticed. You must understand that by making someone else's life better, that they will remember what you did and why you did it. You must explain to them the process. If you support them by helping them, and they will want to support your cause. Don't give up. And remember, you have got to think that this is a big picture idea. If you start this, then 3 others will follow you, and these numbers will grow in directions you cannot even imagine. You start something in your neighborhood, for example, and then a year later, it could be spread across the world. If you talk to 10 people, it's said that you will meet the world. Imagine if you help those 10 people. So I mentioned earlier, I was going to tell you about how this idea started. Well, if you go back into the birth of such an idea, we look into the ancient Greek history, specifically in theater. Now, it seems silly, but sometimes a play can be a translation of a great idea that the author of the idea wanted to demonstrate. This is quite common in many playwrights. After all, the film Pay It Forward did start up something big with just sharing an idea. He was known as Menander. He wrote a new comedy known as Dysliskos, which apparently was a prize-winning play in ancient Athens back in 317 BC. Unfortunately, the play was lost for a very long time, but the idea was then later rediscovered by a famous icon in our American history, none other than Benjamin Franklin. And Ben Franklin made it clear to a letter he wrote to Benjamin Webb in 1784, "Do not pretend to give such a sum. I will lend it to you. When you meet another honest man with this under distress, you must pay me by lending the sum to him, and enjoining to him to discharge by the debt by an operation. He shall then be able and shall meet another opportunity." The idea continued to develop in people's work. Ralph Waldo Emerson stated in an essay and wrote titled "Compensation. In order for nature, we cannot render benefits to those from whom we receive them, only or seldom. But the benefit received must be rendered again, line for line, deed for deed, cent for cent, to somebody. So Coach Woody Hayes for Ohio State University also understood the concept. He constantly included the idea of paying it forward in his coaching. You can pay it back only seldom. You can always pay it forward. You must pay line for line, deed for deed, cent for cent, although he misquoted Emerson for his own purpose. And then perhaps Ray Bradbury. He had a better understanding of the idea as he included one of his books, Dandelion Wine. How do I thank Mr. Jonas, he wondered, for what he has done? How am I to thank him? How do I pay him back? No way at all. You can't just pay. What then? What? Pass it on somehow, he thought. Pass it on to someone else. Keep the chain moving. Look around. They'll find someone. Pass it on. That was the only way. Another appearance of a way to pay it forward was installed in a comic book backstory between Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk. In this case, Peter Parker gets help with some money from an old man by getting $5. Then he helps Bruce Banner out by getting out of town by giving him $5 for bus fare. The Hulk later then helps out the same old man who was recently attacked by a gang of muggers by giving him $5. And then remember, to pay it forward doesn't always mean you have to do something for 3 people. If someone helps you, just do it because it needs to be done. Help 3 people, then make sure those 3 people help 3 more. Get involved in your community. Make a difference. If you don't do something about it, then we will all be suffering that much longer without that much needed help. Don't forget, this doesn't mean you have to make such a big sacrifice that you in turn also need help just to restore what you initially did to pay it forward. This process isn't something you can do easily or just in a day. You are making a positive change in someone's life. This change will also give them the strength to do the same for others. Change must be hard to make life easier. So in short, the 3 steps for paying it forward are that you matter, make a difference in what you have to get moving started. Then help 3 people in a big way. It has to be a hard thing to do, more than doing a simple favor. It's got to make a life-changing difference. And finally, they have to repeat and continue the process that you have started. They can't give up, or your efforts are meaningless. You're not alone. There are foundations out there that you can become a part of and help make a difference with others. This has been happening for longer than you're probably aware of. And if you haven't seen the movie Pay It Forward, rent it or even buy it and watch it. If you're looking to find a way to change the world, hell, all it takes is just one idea to make the biggest difference in someone's life, and you can do it.